Konnichiwa, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to look at value for clients. So let's get going. This is the fourth year of the Sales Japan Series podcast, and we are broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minato-ku. It is Chic Central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guide committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, the best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, will be released shortly. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive COVID-19. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentation Japan Series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan Series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan Series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 249, and we are talking about unlocking value for clients. It is seriously sad to be dumb. Nothing annoys me more than when I finally realize something that was so obvious, and yet I didn't see what was there right in front of my nose. We talk a lot about value creation in relation to pricing, trying to persuade clients that what we are selling is a sensible trade-off between the value they seek and the revenue that we seek. We want the value we offer to be both perceived and acknowledged value by the buyer. Often, however, we get into a rut in our sales mindset. We carve a neuron groove once in our brain and keep ploughing that same row. Outside stimulation is needed. I realized that fact when I recently did some formal online training. My previous companies had sent me to the Harvard, Stanford and Insead business schools in the past, which of course were all amazing. However, when I was doing my recent studies, I realized that it has been some time since I did something formal like that. During the coursework, I realized many things we could do around value provision, which we had not been doing or not doing sufficiently well enough. I'm an avid reader, but I also found that the mantra of both formal and informal lifetime learning is a good one to follow. I found we have had a lot of assets lying around, which we have not fully utilized, hence the "I hate how dumb I am" statement. We need an omni-channel approach. Often we may have videos hanging around explaining the benefits and the details of a service or a product. Now, the video has an audio track, which we can strip out of the video. This allows us to turn it into a different medium, allowing clients to access the information in that format. So many people are now processing information through audio, thanks to the recent proliferation of podcasts and audiobooks. Buyers are busy, and so many are multitasking while listening. Having audio alternatives may help to save them valuable time compared to them having to sit down and watch our video. Depending on the content, the audio might also become a training tool for our own staff. Now, if that video is sitting there on YouTube for free, then once people have watched it, suddenly a whole world of YouTube's other groovy offerings appear on your client's screen. They are being tempted to look at our competitors' videos. That is not a great result for us. We want to keep the client on our website for as long as possible. There are companies like Wistia, for example, which will host the videos for a monthly fee. These videos are no longer mashed into YouTube's offerings, but sit independently such that the client cannot stray into competitor territory. We want to build a moat to keep the client in our ecosystem so that after watching the video on Wistia, they have to come back to us. Are you able to free your clients from the YouTube loop and make sure they escape your rivals' charms? Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Now, today's show is brought to you by, on the 3rd of August, we're looking at getting results without authority. On the 6th of August, we're doing innovation, and on the 24th of August, innovation leadership. 8th of September, negotiations. Check out our website, www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery. This is the Bible for selling in Japan. And Japan Business Mastery. Both are available on Amazon. And my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, will be out in 2021. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 1,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Terebi Show. And don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. The audio track can also be run through AI programs like Descript, which will turn sound into text. Once the text emerges, we need to edit the content because the AI is good, but it's not perfect. Once we have the corrected information in text, it can go into our newsletters, get it onto our website, and we can send it out to clients. When we have text in English, we can translate it into Japanese and use that for clients. We can use this text information to supplement other information we're going to send to clients or include it in our after-sales service programs. Do you have any opportunities to create text which didn't exist as text before and find ways to employ this to add more value for clients? Often we have multiple solutions for clients which we could bundle together. As salespeople, though, we tend to be stuck in that Johnny One Note neuron groove and only sell clients one solution. An ideal bundle would be so attractive that the client would be willing to enter into a subscription format, pay something up front for a whole year or each month or each quarter. The point is to get them to sign up for more than an episodic transaction that always has formal completion dates. We want repeat business, and this subscription model is one way to weld the relationship between buyer and seller closer together. Once we become part of their ongoing business plans, it reduces the buying friction. Importantly, it also increases their internal friction to turn the buying process off. It is always easier to keep something going than to start it in the first place. This builds a moat around our client, denying our rivals an option to steal our business. So, what could you bundle together to create a no-brainer, totally stupendous offer for the buyer? There might be some administration associated with using our type of product or service. The buying entity inside the client's company is always time poor. Perhaps we can offer a system which supplies the service or product, but in such a way that we reduce the friction involved on their side. A famous example is the Kanban system at Toyota. It works well for Toyota as the buyer of the auto parts, as the warehousing costs are substantially reduced. The suppliers have revolutionized their logistics ability and can time their deliveries to fit in with Toyota's production schedule. The suppliers are selling their products but also reducing Toyota's friction. What can we do to sell our products and services and also reduce the friction in the buyer's internal systems? When I finally got religion about maximizing the assets we already have for increasing our value to clients, I was amazed at how much latent opportunity we had there all along. I was asking myself, why has it taken me so long to work out this simple idea? I was just dumb, but now I have wised up at long last. What items are available for you to recognize the latent value you possess and package them up as assets transformed into new formats for your client? Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, please work on your karma and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned today. Use it and go out there and survive. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.